Hello, dear friends, and welcome to our English class. Pure nature is amazing and beautiful, isn't it? It's a wonderful world we live in. This is what happens when man interferes. The world faces a lot of ecological problems then. And almost all of them are caused by man. And this is what we are going to speak about today. Man, the child of nature. Nature is everything that exists in the world around us. Plants and animals, earth and rocks, air and water, climate and weather. Nature is our habitat, our home which is lovely in any season and weather. It gives us the best and the most cherished moments when the sun is shining brightly and the forest is penetrated with sun rays. When the raindrops are falling, when it is freezing slightly and the snowflakes are falling, when the trees are green and everything around is in green bloom. The sunset is glorious and the sea is calm and crystal clear. But nature is not always so friendly and placid. From time to time, it can be on its bad behavior. And then volcanoes begin erupting. Earthquakes can destroy cities. Certain areas can be hit by flood. Hurricanes, tsunamis, and storms break out. But why does it happen more and more often lately? Let's try to find the answer together. You see, at the beginning of his development, man was very dependent on nature, being its real and naive child. But with time, he ventured to conquer nature. For many centuries, he has been trying to solve nature's mysteries, to discover its laws, to make it serve his necessities. In doing so, people changed the world. New discoveries and invention, new technologies do a lot of harm to our planet and cause a lot of ecological problems. Now, let's define undesirable effects of people's activities. Can you answer the question? How many % of the Earth's surface is covered with water? And the right answer is C, 70%. But how many % of this water is fresh? Only 3%. The rest is salty and ocean-based. And only 1/3 of this water, fresh water, is available for human consumption. Growth of population, pollution, overuse of water lead to the shortage of fresh water on our planet. By the year 2025, the situation may become worse, and it's predicted to become a global crisis. The water pollution is caused by waste dumping. Factories and plants dump waste into rivers and lakes and pollute them. And now think, what type of pollution is usually caused by different types of means of transport, It's air pollution, right, you are. Cars, buses and plants are among the worst air polluters, and it is the biggest problems of large cities and industrial areas. But factories and plants also pollute air by pouring harmful emissions into the air. It causes lung diseases and does harm to our health. And as a result, dangerous rains appear. Do you remember what do we call rains that contain chemical waste and cause damage to plants, animals, forests, water and soil? And the right answer is C. Millions of trees have died in Canada and Northern Europe because of acid rains. But in some parts of the world, trees are threatened not by pollution, but by people. Rainforests are destroyed for firewood, for building materials. And do you know how many % of the world's annual production of oxygen is provided by the rainforests? Well, they provide 50% of annual production of oxygen. And if we don't stop deforestation, we'll lose tropical forests, and it will be more difficult for us to breathe. With more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and in the air, the temperature can rise, and this will cause global warming. The gases in the atmosphere make some kind of a screen that doesn't allow heat to get back into space. Can you recollect the name of such phenomenon? It's C, greenhouse effect. Now there is a danger that the temperature can rise by several degrees. Such climatic changes will be dangerous for our planet and will do a lot of harm to our planet and to those who populate it. More and more often, people are told not to be in direct sunlight because ultraviolet radiation from the sun can cause skin cancer. Besides, it can damage cells of living things, animals, plants, and people. Which layer of the Earth's atmosphere protects the Earth from this dangerous ultraviolet radiation? Normally, the ozone layer protects us from such radiation. But if there are holes in the ozone layer, such radiation can get to Earth and do a lot of harm. One more serious ecological problem is nuclear pollution. Nuclear power stations can go wrong and cause this kind of pollution. It cannot be seen, but the effects can be terrible. Buried nuclear waste is the main source of soil pollution. As a result, bad lands appear that are not suitable for living. There is danger for people after contact with such soil or after eating products that were grown on this polluted territory. If we don't stop deforestation or different kinds of pollution, it may lead to destruction of natural habitat of many plants and animals. As a result, many of them become endangered and are likely to disappear in the near future. And if we don't stop destroying our planet, extinction of some species of animals and plants will be unavoidable. Now, let's name all the ecological problems that we've mentioned during the lesson. Pictures on the screen can help you. The first is shortage of fresh water. Next, waste dumping. Pollution in its many forms. Deforestation. Global warming. Destruction of ozone layer. Nuclear pollution. And extinction of animals and plants. Now, it's time to practice new words and word combinations. Let's do ecological puzzle. If you do it right, you will be able to read the key word of the crossword. Now, the right answer is environment. And this is the main word of our ecological puzzle, and it will help us to name all the other words. Now, the first word is the study of interaction among living things and the environment. What do we call it? And the right answer is ecology. Next, which layer usually protects us from dangerous radiation from the sun? It's ozone layer, right. What do we call invisible rays that form part of the energy from the sun that is considered to be dangerous for our health? It's ultraviolet radiation. Next, an act of getting rid of something that is not wanted anymore. Nowadays, it is one of the most important ecological problems. It's dumping of waste, right? Next, a situation in which there is not enough of something. At present, we use this word to speak about fresh water. Well, it is shortage, right you are. Disappearance of forest from large territory of our world caused by pollution or by people. it's deforestation. Next, a situation in which something no longer exists. We use this word when we speak about species of some animals and plants that cannot be found on the planet right now. It's extinction. Next, a long-term increase of world's overall temperature is called global warming. The most dangerous type of pollution that cannot be seen, but its effects can be terrible. It's nuclear pollution. A species that is very likely to disappear in the near future. It is called endangered. And the last word of our puzzle. Damage caused to water, soil, air by harmful substances or waste. Well, it is pollution. Great, we've done the whole puzzle. And now I offer you to answer some questions of ecological quiz. Let's see how well you are aware of ecological issues. The first question is, which day is observed as World Earth Day? And the right answer is the 22nd of April. Next, what does this sign mean? It means that the thing is made from recycled materials. What country consumes more energy in the world? It's C, the USA. What is the most polluted city in the world? And the right answer is B, Mexico City in Mexico. Which of these sources of energy is a renewable one? And the right answer is wind energy. Why are electric cars a good way to help to reduce global warming? And the right answer is C. They don't release greenhouse effect gases. Which way saves more energy? The right answer is A. Turning your computer off. What is the process of collecting, processing and reusing waste materials called? It's recycling. And the last question. The Bronx Zoo once had a picture frame covered with cloth. It was labeled the most dangerous species in the world. What was there under the cloth? And the right answer is B, a mirror. Any visitor could see his or her own reflection. Acid rains, global warming, air and water pollutions are among the most serious environmental problems. A lot of them are man-made. It's no good pretending that they don't exist. They do. Man, being a nature's child, must grow up and fast enough to protect Mother Nature. We have everything to make our planet a safer, cleaner, and better place to live.